Hey everyone, it's Anosa, and today we're diving into a topic that might make you rethink your next grocery list. We're talking about 12 everyday items that might be harder to find or even completely gone by March 2025. That's right, less than 2 years from now. I'm talking about things you probably have in your pantry right now, staples you use every single day. From your morning cup of coffee to your favorite breakfast cereal, to the ingredients you rely on for dinner, these potential shortages will impact every kitchen in America. So grab your grocery list, maybe a comforting snack while they're still readily available, and let's talk about what's happening, why it matters, and what we can do about it. Let's start our day the way many of us start our mornings, with coffee. Sadly, that comforting cup of joe might soon be a luxury. Coffee prices could triple by March 2025. That's not just inflation, it's a perfect storm of factors. Climate change is a major culprit. Coffee plants are sensitive to temperature and rainfall. Extreme weather events can decimate coffee crops. And then there's the supply chain. Rising transportation costs and political instability add to the crisis. Alright, let's move on to another kitchen staple: olive oil. That liquid gold we drizzle on our salads, use to saute our vegetables and incorporate into countless recipes is facing challenges. The Mediterranean region is facing severe droughts and heat waves. These events are impacting olive trees, leading to lower yields. It's not just a shortage, it's a disruption of a culinary heritage. Political instability, economic factors, and pests are also at play. So next time you reach for that bottle, appreciate it. It represents a delicate balance of nature, culture, and economics. Remember those mornings when a big bowl of cereal was the perfect way to start the day? Well, get ready for those days to become a distant memory. The breakfast staple is facing a series of challenges that are about to make your favorite cereal a lot more expensive and in some cases possibly even unavailable. The main culprit here is the rising cost of grain. Wheat, corn, and rice, the building blocks of many cereals, are all facing production challenges due to climate change, increased demand, and you guessed it, those pesky supply chain issues. Add to that the rising cost of sugar, another key ingredient in many cereals, and you've got a recipe for a breakfast price hike. So, those brightly colored boxes of sugary goodness might soon be a luxury only a few can afford. Chapter 4. Where's the wheat, the future of bread? From pasta to pastries, bread to beer, wheat is the foundation of countless culinary creations. But what happens when that foundation starts to crumble? Climate change is hitting wheat production harder than many people realize. Extreme weather events like droughts and floods are damaging crops and disrupting harvests. And it's not just the weather. Rising energy costs are impacting fertilizer production and transportation, making it more expensive to grow and distribute this essential grain. This isn't just about a shortage of your favorite bread. It's about the potential for food insecurity on a global scale. So the next time you enjoy a slice of toast, take a moment to appreciate the complex journey that wheat takes from field to table. Chapter 5. Avocado Alternatives. Saying goodbye to guac, avocado toast, guacamole, avocado smoothies. These beloved treats might soon be a thing of the past. Avocados, those creamy green fruits we can't get enough of, are facing a perfect storm of challenges, from droughts to diseases to labor shortages. And the environmental impact of avocado production is significant, from water usage to deforestation. But don't despair, there are plenty of delicious and nutritious alternatives to avocados. Think hummus, baba ganoush, or even mashed peas. These substitutes might not be identical, but they can add flavor, texture, and nutrition to your meals without the environmental and economic baggage. Chapter 6. Canned tomatoes. Stocking up for the shortage. Canned tomatoes, a pantry staple in countless kitchens, are facing a crisis. A combination of extreme weather, labor shortages, and rising transportation costs are putting a strain on tomato production and processing. That means the price of canned tomatoes is likely to skyrocket in the coming months, and in some cases, they might even disappear from grocery store shelves altogether. But don't panic. There are things you can do to prepare. Now is the time to stock up on canned tomatoes while they're still available. Consider growing your own tomatoes if you have the space. Even a few plants can yield a decent harvest. And don't forget about tomato paste, which is a concentrated form of tomato flavor that can be used in many of the same recipes. Rice, a staple food for billions of people around the world, is facing an unprecedented crisis. Climate change, water scarcity, and rising fertilizer costs are all converging to create the perfect storm for a global rice shortage. This isn't just about a few empty shelves at the supermarket, it's about the potential for food insecurity and social unrest on a massive scale. The reasons behind this looming crisis are complex and interconnected. Climate change is bringing more extreme weather events, including droughts and floods, to major rice-producing regions. Water scarcity is another major concern, as rice cultivation requires enormous amounts of water, and as if that weren't enough, the rising cost of fertilizer is making it more expensive for farmers to grow rice, further squeezing supplies. Oranges, a symbol of sunshine and good health, might soon become a rare and expensive treat. A devastating disease called citrus greening is decimating orange groves across the globe, and climate change is exacerbating the problem. Citrus greening, also known as huanglongbing, HLB, is a bacterial disease that attacks citrus trees, causing their fruit to become misshapen, bitter, and ultimately inedible. There is no cure for citrus greening, and once a tree is infected, it must be destroyed to prevent the disease from spreading. The impact of this disease on the citrus industry has been devastating. Beef, a cornerstone of the American diet, is facing a reckoning. From environmental concerns to ethical considerations, the future of meat is uncertain, and it's time we start exploring alternatives. Let's talk about the environmental impact first. Cattle ranching is a major contributor to deforestation, greenhouse gas emissions, and water pollution. Then there are the ethical concerns about animal welfare and the use of antibiotics in factory farming. But beyond the environmental and ethical issues, there's also the issue of cost. Beef is becoming increasingly expensive to produce, which means those higher costs are being passed on to consumers. The good news is that there are more plant-based meat alternatives than ever before. Chapter 10: The Future of Fish Swimming in Troubled Waters. Fish, a vital source of protein for billions of people around the world, is facing a crisis of epic proportions. Overfishing, climate change, and pollution are pushing many fish populations to the brink of collapse. The oceans are being depleted at an alarming rate, and if we don't change our ways, we risk losing one of our planet's most valuable resources. Climate change is warming the oceans, altering currents, and acidifying the water, all of which are having a profound impact on marine life. Pollution from industrial agriculture, plastic waste, and oil spills is poisoning our waterways and killing marine life. So what can we do? We need to demand sustainable fishing practices, reduce our consumption of fish, and support organizations that are working to protect our oceans. Chapter 11: Got Milk: The Uncertain Future of Dairy. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ice cream. These dairy delights are staples in many of our diets, but the future of dairy is looking increasingly uncertain. The dairy industry is facing a perfect storm of challenges, from environmental concerns to changing consumer preferences. Dairy cows require significant amounts of land, water, and feed, and they produce methane, a potent greenhouse gas. As consumers become more aware of the environmental impact of their food choices, many are turning to plant-based alternatives to dairy. The good news is that there are more plant-based dairy alternatives available than ever before. Chapter 12: Spice Things Up: The Coming Spice Shortage. Spices, those aromatic ingredients that add depth and complexity to our meals, might soon become a luxury. Climate change, extreme weather events, and political instability in spice-growing regions are all contributing to a looming spice shortage. Imagine a world without cinnamon in your apple pie, cumin in your chili, or turmeric in your curry. It's a possibility we need to prepare for. The good news is that there are things we can do to mitigate the impact of the coming spice shortage. By understanding the forces at play and making informed choices, we can navigate these challenging times and ensure that our kitchens remain stocked with the flavors we love. So there you have it, 12 everyday grocery items that might be harder to find or more expensive in the near future. It's a lot to process, I know. But the goal here isn't to alarm you, it's to inform you. The more we know about the challenges facing our food system, the better equipped we'll be to make informed choices. Whether it's exploring alternative ingredients, supporting sustainable practices, or simply being mindful of our consumption, every little bit helps. Don't forget to like this video if you found it informative, subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the issues that matter, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future updates. Stay curious, stay informed, and let's navigate these uncertain times together.